Welcome to the first inaugural episode of the Sole Brothas Podcast. Our purpose of this podcast is to explore and document our running journeys with purpose, passion, and positivity to elevate our minds, bodies, and souls one stride at a time. I'm your host, Jared Reed. My co-hosts are Jeremy, certified stretch therapist, Elijah, an avid shoe connoisseur, Kwame, CEO and founder of Bear Health, former track coach at Xavier University, and my dog Jody, tech and shoe enthusiast. Again, you've probably seen the last episode, and if you haven't, go back and look at that shit. Again, the purpose of this podcast is to really talk about our running journeys as five black men trying to do better. We're competitive. We like to run. And as this race season kind of goes on, we want to document and talk through certain things that you might want to know that we know now. And kind of how we have been able to navigate through this world a little bit. So as of last week, we ran the Saints 5K. We had 4 of these members in this room in the top 50. So the training works. It works. What we doing works. So enough of me talking. I'm gonna pass it to y'all. Again, this is open flow. We just gonna be talking shit. How y'all feel about the race, fellas?
Great.
Yeah. Shine on them.
Let them
shine on them.
Sub 20.
I call this my sub 20.
Ooh.
We sub 20 out here, man. I don't know if y'all tuned in last time, but my goal was to run a what did I say?
Sub 21.
21.
Yeah.
Well, it was initially sub 22.
Yeah.
Because last year I ran like a 27. So I was like, you know what? This shit, I'm gonna shoot for a sub 22. And then I went out there and I ran one day and I ran a 22. So I was like, well, you know what? Let's go sub 21. Yeah. Went out there and I ran a 1945, man.
Like a dog.
Big dog.
Like a dog.
It works, man. It works.
For sure.
I'm feeling good, man. I'm riding the high horse.
Hey, we starting off early.
Whoa.
We 2 minutes and 15 seconds in.
Riding that high horse.
My dog, Elijah, your goal was go
Sub 20.
Sub 20, and you were just close.
Technically,
talk about it.
But I'm gonna stick with what Coach said. Coach said stick with the Saints 5K was a 20:04. I placed top 50, but Strava said I did a 19:53. But
Shout out to Strava. If y'all looking
it is
to
what it is. But the training does work, and it's actually really good to be able to run a 20:04 on my first race. So I did good.
Kwame, man. You know what? I put PR on the fly, but I don't necessarily know if that's actually accurate. But fuck it, for these purposes, it is.
I let it roll. It was 15.
What is your PR in the 5K?
It's 15:30.
Shit.
Yeah.
What you were?
Is that as an adult? Though?
What you were in? 15:45?
17.
17:40. Oh.
Dog.
Yeah, no, that's
God, that's first place, huh? That would have been.
I already got first place. Yeah.
I think the dude, what you said? Who was your actual PR?
My actual PR is 15:30.
Yeah,
15:30.
You were like 15:50.
15:51.
Is it documented?
Like 15:51, I think.
This your post. How old are you? How old are you?
31.
Yeah, post 30
Yeah.
PR, maybe, yeah.
Right, but
Yeah. My most recent 5K was 17:15, and like I was 27, 28.
Nah, that don't count.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
It's still crazy, man.
Felt good though. I honestly didn't know how I was gonna perform because I hadn't been training like for real. And then I did a 2-mile tempo like 3 days before the race. And I felt good. Like I felt comfortable at like a 6 minute per mile pace. I was like, I think I could go sub 6 minute per mile for the race. And then I took it out 5:45. A lot of people that were in the front passed me because I wasn't sure. Like I couldn't hold the pace. If I went 5:30, I probably wouldn't have been able to hold it. And so I just went out to see how I would feel. And then once I felt good after the first mile at 5:45, so then I went 5:38, then 5:36.
For sure. Jeremy, your experience. It was rainy. You told me what you told me before you got there when we were talking on the phone. You said the old me, if it wasn't for y'all, I wasn't coming.
And I'll even go as far to say the current me. If it was not for a group effort, I probably wouldn't have got my shirt.
You just went back home.
Slid back to the crib. But no, it was I think it was good mentally because it was like the rain did blow me. Like the week of, like we've been having all this good weather and now it's coming down. We running in the rain. I'm like, they're not gonna change the date of the race or nothing. Like I had to go through all them emotions, but that I think I reposted it. That Nike post really checked me back in, like when they're not comfortable, though. Like, and then seeing everybody else in that mode of like we just going out here to do it. You know what I'm saying? So it was like once it started, it was pretty much flowing. Kind of like Kwame said. Actually, my first mile was my slowest mile, and I had to kind of like gauge running in waters. Like I never running through puddles. New Orleans streets are really not the most even, so it was just like. But it was like as I went, my second mile was my fastest mile. So it was like, and I hit a pace I had never hit in a long run. It was like 640 something for that mile. So I was like, all right, but like we was talking about what we could do. Like I could definitely feel in a race like I could have done some stuff differently strategy wise. But it was just like Eli said, first race.
Yeah.
First race. Like I wanted to go sub 22. I went 22:08. I'm gonna trust the course. So I'm gonna work from that time, and it's gonna be better next time for sure.
Yeah. No, it was cool. My like you, my best mile was the second mile. I went sub 6, and I was like, and I felt good. Like I didn't feel like, oh, I ain't supposed to be here. Like my heart rate wasn't up. Like I was just moving. I think the best feeling I got was, to be honest, you passing motherfuckers up. I don't know about y'all, but it just felt like I was just. Excuse me. Like just to get in that mode of competitor, I think that's the one thing that I miss, right? Like we probably ain't played an organized with it felt like referees, but you know, it's organized and we out here competing against other people that they're trying to get after it too. And I felt like after the race, people were pulling up to us like, them motherfuckers was moving. Yeah. Whoever they was in the white tank tops with the red on, like what they say? What y'all? Nah, they really got it going on. I think the impact was kind of well received after that, and you can kind of tell how people started pulling up to the what we calling those now, Soulful Sundays. So yeah, for sure. Go ahead, Joe.
But I was actually telling Elijah about that, competition and feeling like you're competing. With me being
took the glasses off.
Yeah. No, I just had to.
That was the introduction.
You know me. I don't need no introduction to this.
Nah, but I was telling Elijah that not too long ago, like being in the gym, it's cool. But you can't really compete like that in the gym. You know what I mean? Like I'm not about to go do no bodybuilding competitions or no what do they call them?
CrossFit. You can do the CrossFit, huh?
Yeah.
You do the CrossFit competitions, huh?
Yeah, I feel like CrossFit ain't really hitting like that though. Like you know what I mean? Like with me being just a casual gym goer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm not like I like it, but I mean I love it. I'm go as far to say I love it, but I'm casual. But with this, I'm still pretty much a casual runner, but I can go out and compete. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then not only compete, but like I finished top 36 out of.
Talk to him.
3,000.
Talk to him.
No, it was like 4,868.
Talk to him.
Put the glasses back on.
Put the glasses back.
Very accurate to that. Very accurate to that.
Elijah said the exact, like something like the exact number.
It was 4,868.
That boy accurate.
We're gonna round that up to 5.
Yeah.
About 5K. 5K for a 5K.
Eli been going back to that list every day.
Hey, fucking right. Hey, they gotta fix this shit. Nigga did a sub 20. The fuck is they talking about?
Emails.
Fuck this.
Hey, but to Jody's point, like growing up, that was like our first thing competing, right? Like racing.
Track, yeah.
Like no, just hey, line it up, 40-yard dash or race to somebody hand.
The light pole.
Light
pole.
Yeah.
I don't want to say
Light
poles.
Oh, you talking about pole to pole?
That's what I'm about to say. I'm like light poles.
But yeah, man, like that's like the animalistic feeling that you get.
Exactly. It's like the most like you
Pure.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Running, you know what I mean? Like people been running since the beginning of the time.
Hey, I got a question for y'all. Do y'all feel like y'all could have went harder in the race? I feel like I could have went way harder than I did. Pause, but
I feel like you're gonna always have that feeling.
like my heart rate, it was at a
You don't think
150.
so? Well, I know you said that the last time you was down for like what, a week.
No. I mean just the night.
It was that night. Okay.
But no, you'll know when you give your best.
Okay.
But yeah, I didn't feel like I gave my.
Yeah, I didn't die at the finish
I didn't
line.
feel like I went all out.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I
don't feel like I went all out.
I feel like I was like 87. I could have pushed it. Like when you came, I could have went, but I didn't. Pause, bro.
Dog,
he just laughed,
them
bro.
motherfuckers is back to back.
I'm not even trying to do it. He just
motherfuckers is
laughed.
back to back, though.
I ain't even say nothing this time, son.
Bro, he just laughed.
I ain't say nothing this time.
I feel the same way. Like I could have went harder. It was times I would look down at my watch, and I'm like, damn, man, I'll be bragging about this watch to all them dudes, man. And I'm like, this thing ain't even giving me the right time.
Yeah.
Because I would look down and I'm at like 6 minutes or like a 6:04 pace, and I'm like, I don't feel like I'm running at a 6:04 pace. Like this ain't even making sense. So I'm sitting here trying to like scroll through my watch and trying to figure out which setting I got it on. You know, it just I definitely could have went harder. You know, I was kinda
but even with that, like I feel like I could use the watch better than I was using.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have mine on the right. Like I couldn't see everything I wanted to see as fast. Like by the time I realized we was at like, I think it was like 20 minutes. Like if I would have known earlier, like I would have kicked my gear and like I wasn't thinking about it. Like I happened to see it and I was like, oh, let me see if I could hit under 22. Whereas like if I'd have saw that at 18, I probably would have
you could have jumped on it.
Got some time, yeah. And if it wasn't raining,
bro,
like you know what I'm saying, like
that played a part too, because I was a little scared.
Because
like
at first
slipping.
I really was trying to see, like I ain't trying to fall out shit, neither.
Facts.
Right.
Because I'm gonna also not hit my time, and I'm gonna have skin knees,
And then now you
looking crazy. So
Now
I'm
you
like,
mad.
that's not so. Like
You
that
have
first
what?
mile, what?
Oh,
hey, bro, I'm just
So you
like,
can't fall down.
No, you can't.
Hey, this is cool, bro. It's cool.
You know what's crazy, bro? It felt kid like. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like
Yeah, running in the rain.
like it's raining. Like you can't do nothing about it. You just gotta run.
Right.
And what's crazy was we were in wave 2, and Jeremy was just like, "Nah, I'm skipping. I'm with you. Fuck it is what it is."
Oh yeah.
And he didn't have a shirt. My dog, my dog was just running with it. Like, all right, we going. And man, as we like just passed through stuff, I could just feel my energy just move past people. I don't feel like I was running hard. I can look back and be like, "No, I could have gave a better effort," but there was times where it just felt easy. I think that's the thing that kind of scares me. I'm like, nah, this just felt too easy, where my body was just doing the work and I'm just in my head, just watching people just almost move behind me rather than me just propel past them.
I mean, I think it's really a testament to how much y'all's fitness has improved or had improved over those 30 days. Yeah. Right? Because we went on that tempo run 2 days before at Nola Miles and chilling at like 650.
Yeah, 645.
I mean, like,
chilling, 645, 650. He was talking.
I was like, oh, I mean,
and he like, hey, let's kind of bring it back a little bit, you know?
But like,
he was rolling.
And then his performance
Showed.
Yeah.
Nah, I think I knew when we were running at Harrell, and we ran that what is that, 1,000 meter?
1,000, yeah.
And I was like, I ain't ran this like since high school, so I'm like, all right, I shouldn't be. I didn't feel terrible. I didn't feel bad. I mean, my heart rate was up, but I felt like I was coasting. Like my stride felt good. I think I got the prettiest stride out there. Like it is what it is, dog. Like I just felt like I was moving. I didn't know. I feel that.
I remember that day.
No, that was, I mean, like I said, I was impressed by that.
Appreciate that, man. Thanks. Well, y'all kind of mentioned this earlier a little bit. Devices, right? Jody, Germs, even you, Elijah, y'all big on these devices. Like, what was the thing that you thought, like, even during the race? I know yours kind of malfunctioned on you a little bit, but
no, that was the right time.
Oh, that was the right time.
I just thought I was just moving so fast. It just didn't feel like I was moving so fast. That was the right time.
So they've been super accurate.
Yeah,
like
they've been on point. This thing done took my training to another level.
What's different from yours than his? Like, have you like almost compared notes?
Not so much. You were telling me.
What do you? And also mention what do y'all actually have? I don't know.
This is the Coral Space 2.
Shout out to Corals. Hey, Corals, if you're looking for somebody to sponsor, holla at your boys. Yeah.
Sole Brothas.
Yeah. Holla.
This is actually the watch Elliot Kipchoge used.
Shout out to Elliot, then
He got paid.
world record holder.
And I got the Garmin Forerunner 255.
How much is that?
Oh, that one is probably maybe $40 more than the Coral. So if
You
you're
see
looking
how
for
you did that?
something slightly more expensive, but about the same, you get pretty good feedback. I think information wise, we about what except you could add the race days into your.
No, that's what it was.
That's what it was like with the Garmin. You could like they have a race database, so like all the local races I could pull up. Like right now, the Big Easy Classic is 5 weeks and 4 days away. Like I know that, and it's giving me suggested workouts leading up to that race and the distance you pick. But my biggest thing you were saying was the vertical oscillation, which is just picking up the knees, just like even finishing that book I was telling you I was reading. It was just like you trying to get to like running some paces where it's like if you add like an 8 centimeter vertical oscillation, you could get to like a 9 for certain points of your race.
For someone that doesn't know what you're talking about, can you explain it to them? No, I'm being serious. Like somebody's gonna watch
so it's
this.
just like if you can pick your knees up higher, you can make that full rotation. That what's the word you would use?
I said like a wheel.
Like a wheel. You can make your feet turn underneath you. That's what I meant. Like so you can reland under your hips. So we think striding out of like horizontal, but the way the book was described, it's like when you want to stride past somebody, start lifting your knees high, not landing in front of your body.
Because that'll force you with the heel strike.
Foot high, yeah. Now you can propel yourself more when you strike,
which is so opposite of what we've been trained. Yeah. Elijah, you have something different than they, or you just.
I just got a Apple Watch Ultra. It's not really like a race day. It's kind of like every day, but it mirrors my phone. And like sometimes when I'm running, instead of having to look at my phone, I can just check the pace, and it's like I'm at a 6:30, 6:40. Like it tells me my heart rate, everything. So it lets me know slow down. I'm good.
Are you guys like? Do you guys bring your phones when you run? Like
I used to. Now I'm kind of getting away from it. I used to have to listen to music. I'd be checking the watch. Now, granted, this is before I got my watch. I'd be checking my phone, But now I do everything off the watch, and it'll just the transfer when I'm done. And I don't use music no more. I just run.
So you run naked.
I run. I'm about to say something. Yeah, I run naked.
His face.
Yeah, so I run naked.
It's all good.
I was gonna say I feel like that's a team name that Elijah would have came up with.
There were some names.
No, they have a club called Raw Dog.
You popped out with them?
No comment. But
trying to pop out and show niggas.
You popped out and show Raw Dog how you get down, man. It's all right, man.
Well, I do want to run without a phone because I feel like holding stuff, it takes up energy. Like holding your phone and just like, I do want to get to that.
LJ's arm movement is affected by having carrying a phone.
Yeah, I can feel it too. Like if I'm holding my phone and I'm running, my shoulder will just start burning.
Yeah,
I'm trying to like switch and like stretch my shoulder out while I'm running, and just that's all just waste of energy. So I don't.
But even with what Kwame just said, like they was talking about that in the book. It's like people get used to that too, and they start moving their body like they got. So when they remove it, then it feel weird now because it's not. You don't know what to do with your arms. And the arm shit, that's my big thing. Kwame always tell me like I don't drive my arms enough. So your arms are just as important as your legs, or it may be even more important because we arm dominant as humans. Like we use our arms more than our legs, and the arms drive the legs. So it's like it ain't just
unison.
Yeah, it ain't just like what you do with your arms is mad important. Like you could lose mad efficiency just with what you do with your arms. Like flaring your arms when you run, like that'll slow you down just doing that because it's inefficient movement.
Right.
Whereas if you tight to your body and you just flow, legs gonna drive, everything stays in this small line. So it's just like they had a chapter where they talked just like he met runners that run with their phone, and when he made them put it down, it changed everything.
Speaking of changing everything, Jody, we had an Instagram post you put out today about you putting on shoes, like what specific shoes. And I think we all can attest, like the shoes make a huge difference in your performance. So Saints 5K, what you had on, and how do you feel like it reacted when you raced in them?
I had a New Balance SC Elite victories.
Team shoes.
Yeah. Balance.
Holla at us.
But now they're a carbon plated shoe. Mesh up a real light.
No balance.
Real bouncy. And like I said, they got that plate in them, so they're very responsive.
Yeah.
So you can kind of feel it when you step in, man. They just
when you say responsive, like what are you referring to? Somebody that has no idea about running.
So the energy you put into the shoe is kind of transferring it back to you.
Gotcha.
So it's like I said, you can. It's almost like a rocker. You can kind of feel it propelling you, while you're running.
Yeah.
Like I remember when you first put them on.
Yeah.
That run we did that Sunday. And you like,
I had never put on a carbon plated shoe in my life. This was my first time experiencing. I hadn't broke them in, nothing. And I can literally feel myself just move forward. Like I wasn't even putting forth the effort that I had been
like
putting in with my Hokas or my Ghost. It was like a different feeling. But Elijah told me something like, you can't wear them every day.
You're right.
Right.
Right. You got to train with a shoe, a non-plated shoe.
A daily trainer, they call him.
Yeah, just a daily trainer, right? So that you're not getting used to
lingo.
Your foot doesn't get accustomed to wearing it. Elijah, what did you have on? I'm gonna go back to Kwame so you can figure out what he's wearing.
Joe, can you recite that one more time?
So that's the
New Balance
SC
Elite
V3. So it's the New Balance Super Comp Elite V3.
That's what I ran in.
Okay. How did they perform for you, bro?
They perform well. At the end of the day, still shoes. You still got to put the train in, but they definitely just give you that energy back to you. Very snappy, very bouncy. But they perform well, and they still look elite. Even with the mud and puddles and whatnot.
Definitely trying to avoid them puddles.
They still look clean
In
though.
the beginning, yeah.
Still look clean.
But I hit one of them puddles and it just splashed all the way up to my waist. It's go time. Now it's over with.
I'll tell you about that later.
Yeah.
Splashed on you?
Hey man, it happened to the best of us.
It happens, brother.
It's up to the waist, man.
So like I said, wait, no, you go ahead.
Kwame, did you figure out what you actually have on? If you don't know the name, just show the viewers what shoe you have.
I can tell you what they are.
Yeah, no, we figured it out. Yeah, I got that.
He said we figured it out. It's a team
you
effort.
gotta realize, like, growing up, we stuck with like the basic Asics, $50 shoes. I mean, quality shoe, but like I was never really into like what shoe I was really. As long as it was quality, decent, like I wasn't like, oh, I need this pair of shoe for this training, this pair of shoe for this.
Kwame said he's still gonna smoke everybody.
No facts. It don't matter.
So I got the sorry to put this in your face. We got the New Balance Fuel Cell V4s. Picked them up for $60 from Academy.
Yeah.
Love a good sale, dog.
This is my first time running in a shoe like this because, in college, I would be a little more intentional about the shoes that I was buying. But after college, I would just kind of like, whatever the cheapest running shoe I can get. But I definitely felt the difference, right? So over the past 2-3 months, 4 months, I've been training in another pair of New Balance, but they didn't have this some sort of plate. It's not. I don't think it's like
the TPU plate, huh?
TPU,
That's like nylon.
See what I mean?
It's a nylon plate.
It's some type of plate in it.
TPU, but I forget what the
technical.
See what I'm saying, bro?
See
what I'm saying?
It's some type of plate in it.
Nah, man.
I don't know, but
Well,
TPU plate. Yeah,
TPU plate.
I'm gonna get up on all the lingo, but so when I'm racing or doing a speed workout, I put a little more of a lean in, and I put a lot of pressure on, like, I guess my knees in a sense, because every stride I'm trying to propel. Right, it's not like a jog where it's just like I'm relatively level, but my knees aren't really there yet. Like we haven't been training long enough for me to really feel confident in truly taking every step as a propelling step. But I feel like these shoes accommodated for what I'm lacking right now.
Gotcha.
And yeah, honestly, I think that's part of what these shoes I do think are part of what allowed me to perform at that level.
It's thermoplastic polyurethane.
Yeah.
Thermoplastic urethane.
Nice.
And you wouldn't get this information anywhere but the Sole Brothas Podcast.
Nah, facts.
This podcast doesn't have a sponsor. If you want to sponsor a podcast like this,
I like these.
holler at us.
I like that they were 60.
Yeah, man.
Can't beat it.
Can't beat sale, bro.
Uh,
Find the cheapest stuff I can find.
Me too.
You know what I mean? That's like them.
What?
Huh? Me too, dog.
Speaking of you,
I do try, son.
All right.
Racing, I know you couldn't.
But we're gonna stay in the New Balance family while y'all here, man.
No.
What you racing, man?
Jody, what did I race in, bro?
New Balance, Super Comp, Elite
V3s.
That is a team sponsored shoe. I went with. I was enticed to buy this shoe. It was a great deal. My guys went on the internet, sent the link. I bought them instantly because I trusted their analysis. You can trust their analysis too by listening to the Sole Brothas Podcast. If you want to sponsor this podcast, holler at us. We got you. New Balance. This is a lot of love. A lot of love. You know, share the love. Share the love.
But at least get a discount code.
A discount. Hey,
Like a discount code so when people go and use
you
it,
know, you could just send us gear.
we get a cut.
We
Discount code
We can start with the gear.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we could get something for the free first.
Yeah, yeah. We
If that's in the
we
works,
you know,
what
we
I'm
just
saying?
here. We just here to kind of talk through these things. Jeremy, you like shoes, you have a collection, I would say. What shoe did you race in and how did it perform?
I actually raced in these shoes
Ooh.
due to the weather. The Brooks Hyperion Max.
What did you say? You had another pair of shoes of a brand that we're not gonna name, but what did you say you about those shoes? Since it was raining, you're not gonna wear them. That's what you said.
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
100%.
100%.
Yeah, man, the way my money's set up, I need them to last. So, you know what I'm saying? But the Hyperions did me good. They did the work, did the shoe I usually do my speed work in. They have way more cushion than my first
Shout out to
actual pair
Brooks.
of running shoes. Brooks has been the brand that's been the best for me consistently. So I kind of stick with it. I started with the Glycerin Brooks. That was the first shoe I was recommended. That's more of an everyday runner. If you're looking for an everyday runner, wider toe box. But this gave me enough cushion, but still that same rocker feel. There's some kind of different plate in this, I think, but it's not the plate. It's not carbon fiber, so it don't push you off. But it's definitely gives me that wide toe box. I find for me, I used to wear a lot of Nikes, like Kwame. I used to get the cheapest Nike running shoe with a good review, and they were too narrow for my feet.
Yeah.
So I didn't have space for my toes to spread out when they swell, which I learned your toes will swell when you run. So you need space so that your toes can still have that dexterity and move well with you while you land.
Dexterity. Boy, you've been reading at thesaurus,
Know
bro. I'm
some
telling
stuff.
you, man. Kwame, you said something in your explanation. You said you aren't there to a point where every step is a propelling step. When do we get to that point? Like how much training do we have to get to? So, because as you were talking, like I'm like, man, I feel like I'm pretty even now. I don't feel like every step is a propelling step. I feel like some are, and then I get to a point where I'm almost stagnant, where my head doesn't necessarily like go up and down. Pause. How much training do you need to get to those points?
So a typical base is like 3 months.
Okay.
Right. So before cross country season starts, there's summer training. And so they're training all pretty much easy running, right? You work out here and there, he'll work out here and there. But just building a base, right? A foundation. And then strength training, which we didn't really do much of. That's what really allows for you to continue to absorb that type of impact for a 5K, for a 6K, for a 10K. And since we didn't really do any of that, I didn't, right? That's really why I didn't feel like I was there. But until we have, like, I would say, like, at least a 3-month base plus consistent strength training, and also some hill work, right, to get that power up. Yeah, I don't think I would have been able to do that without these shoes that are obviously taking on some of that impact. Yeah.
We joke a lot. I think we've kind of talked different runs we've had. Like we all say, like running sucks, and it does. But like, what makes you continue to run although it sucks? And this is like a free fall, just talk at this point.
For me, it's just knowing that it makes me better. You know what I mean? Like just the satisfaction of knowing that if I go out here and I bust my ass, it's gonna pay off, which is obviously paying off. You know what I mean? So just to see that transfer to results in real time, I'm not gonna stop.
Letting it marinate.
Okay.
Oh,
do that one.
I go, man. Nah, I'm about to say for me, I kind of look at any other exercise I engage in like is moving meditation. Like I get to lock in on whatever this is for this 3 miles, 5 miles, whatever it is, and I'm focusing on that. And it kind of takes me out of all the other stuff, like whatever emotions and week I had, all that stuff go out the window, and I could just lock. That's why I don't bring my phone. I won't be disconnected for at least this period of time. Because I feel the same way with boxing. Like when I could box, you can't be distracted while punches. Like you got, like I enjoy things that make me lock in and focus. because it's like present. Like I think a lot of times we lose being present in the moment. Like we so worried about the flicks and the pictures and not flicks like that, but like taking pictures. Let me get a selfie of me at this thing when it's like enjoy this experience, dog. Like we might never have, you know what I'm saying? We never gonna have this run again. You know what I'm saying? Like we'll never have that Saints 5K again. That'll be an experience we never get to redo again. So just like being present, getting to see like, even though technically
I broke a sub 20.
We had sub 20 and sub 22. We didn't, but we still enjoyed just like we out here. Like I remember I told Jody we were running. One of your partners saw me. I ain't have no shirt on. And he said, "Sole Bro." So it's like I'm recognized without the clothing, without the so like that kind of stuff was like that's fire, dog. And we had only been doing this maybe
a month,
a couple months, a month,
Not even a couple of months.
So it's just like that kind of stuff was like, man, that's a great experience. You know what I'm saying? And like, what can we continue to do? And then if we could get faster, of course, I'm competitive. I want to be, you know what I'm saying? I told Kwame today, like, y'all gonna mess around, let me get fast. Like, y'all don't know crazy talking Jeremy right now, but like, if I could mess around and be in them 6 somethings, like, I'm gonna go to church after, but you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk a little bit, yeah.
You said, why do we embrace the, like, running sucks and like what helps us get through it?
Thank you. Running sucks, right?
I don't know. I just feel like sometimes like a lot of people won't do hard stuff, pause. But like, for example, Sunday we did 7 and I went and did an extra 5 miles just because I know some people weren't going to do that. It's just, I don't know. I'm just.
You built different.
Necessarily, but like.
What, you did another 5 on Sunday?
I did 12. And I had to do a side quest for coach.
That's good for you.
But yeah, you know, I just do a little crazy stuff like that. And I just hype myself up. I'm just like, man, if you could do this, like, what else can you do in life? You know? So just little stuff I do in my mind to kind of make me get through it when it's getting challenging. Because once you're done, you be like, yeah, man, I just did 12 miles. What the fuck you did today? You know what I'm saying? I just do stuff like that to my partners and whatnot. But they at home, you know.
But yeah, I mean, differentiating yourself. I mean, that's kind of what it feels like, right? Like,
yeah.
I'm in a different category by doing this.
I'm elevating.
Like, most people can't run a sub 22 5K.
I thought you were about to say sub 20.
My bad.
You know
what I'm saying? Most people can't. And like, you don't, I mean, you guys get out and do it like first time after training for a while, but like, I don't know the numbers, but it's probably less than 10% of the population that can run a sub 25 5K. So, for me, the running, I got into it because I was good, right? Like when I was in elementary school, we had like what they call heart and soul. So we'd always run around. And so that's kind of what has kept me into running. But like as of late, like every time we do a run, because I'm so busy normally, but then when we do a run, it's like, just like what Jeremy was saying, just like bring me to the present moment and just like at peace. And then when we combine the yoga with it, like that's a fire product. Yeah. Like that is so high quality what we got going on Sundays.
Yep.
That like, yeah, I'm not gonna miss it if I'm in town. You know, beyond what we're doing with it for like our brand and whatnot. Like that's an important part of my week.
It's the rhythm for me. I don't say that, you know, as a shameful plug. Shout out to the podcast. But everything for me is rhythm, right? Like once you in a good rhythm, everything else doesn't really matter. Like this is what you focus on. You can be like water, and if challenging things get in front of you, you can move around them, over them, under them, left, right. Like it don't matter. And like when you're running, it's your feet, it's your breathing. Trying to control that because you're right, because you're controlling your breathing and controlling your heart rate.
Facts.
Control your thoughts, control your life.
I like that too.
Yeah. You said that, didn't you? No.
We work something out.
It's okay. collab post. But not like I think that's the thing that gets me to just getting into that rhythm. On a Sunday, you go do 7 miles before people even brush their teeth.
Facts.
You do yoga to calm yourself down, and Jeremy talking to you. You close your eyes and you can hear the water underneath you, and you just get lost.
Set the intentions for the week, like he always says.
Yeah, it sets you up.
It sets you up for sure.
And if you skip that, it's almost like you're almost out of rhythm by doing that. Mm-hmm. Like it's almost become a part of the routine that if you don't do it, you're out of rhythm. Me and Jody talked about this early on. Like you miss a week of running, it felt like you missed a month. It feel like that.
Son, when I went to Invest Fest, I felt like I was tripping, and I had only missed the weekend of running. I was like, man, I'm not doing nothing, dog. Like, I'm just out here sitting down all day. Like, it just feel off, like you saying. And even not being able to go teach my yoga. Like, because I be going to church, and they be like, you ran today? Yeah, like, it's not like this is a part of the routine. Like, I'm gonna run and do the yoga.
Ain't that crazy how people are just almost associating us with like just running? Like, hey, bro, I do all kind of other shit too.
But I also be like, yeah, I went running. So like we're not taking Sundays off. Like,
Bro, people be like sending me pictures and be like, hey, this is a good time, or like showing me that they ran 3 miles a day. I'm like, oh, that's good, bro. Like, you know, keep up. Like, they associate us with like running and like, is this good? I'm like, you need to work on your cadence. You know, your heart rate's a little high, but you know, I see you out there. You know, and it feels good to be able to give that information back. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I did want to make the disclaimer. Eli touched on it. Like the watches, the shoes is cool, but the training is your most of like nutrition, your sleep, the training are the main building blocks of everything. Like you could, if you don't go out there and train, you could buy whatever shoes you want.
Oh, yeah,
it ain't happening.
You gonna be out there hurt,
looking like a duck. You're gonna be with vapor flies.
You gonna be like the dude that pull up to the court with the sleeves, the armband, headband, new full. Like it's like it's not the clothes, but the clothes accentuate what you do in your training.
And you know who the coldest dude at the court? The nigga in the low cut socks.
In the shorts down to his ankles.
Yeah.
Because he don't got to run.
Yeah.
He good enough to stay in that one spot.
Yeah. Nice. But to those points, man, the training is the key for anybody that's watching this. Yeah. If you're trying to get into running, you got to move. You got to get out there. If you got to walk first, walk. You know, find your base. Find what that is for you. Don't try to go too crazy. I think that was my mistake early on. Like, I just was almost sprinting and almost killing myself because I'm just trying to get better. Thinking like if I just run fast, the next time I run fast, I'll be able to run a little bit faster than I did the last time. Which in logic,
you still right.
It goes back to sports. Like, the sports we play, basketball or football, it's like 100%. Each rep. You know what I mean? But like you said, we're running this. Like people say, you got to run slow to run fast.
Which is a crazy idea.
What you're talking about makes sense in theory, right? Like if I train hard every time I train, then running fast is going to get easier. But it's putting so much demand on your body every time, and in order to actually improve your performance over time, it's just time on feet. That's the number one variable of your success as a runner is how many miles you can put in on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. And when it comes to improving your fitness, you don't have to go that fast to improve your heart strength, to improve your lung capacity. 60% effort, right? Conversational pace. You're working your heart about as hard as you're going to work it. And so if you can stay at that speed, 60%, get that max improvement on your heart without putting the wear and tear on the body, then that's where you want to be.
How'd you word it? You said it's like you're doing less but getting the same effort.
Yeah, you want to get the most out of the least.
Yeah, the most out of the least.
And I was just gonna add to that. It's like even with working out, your body's adaptations come with recovery. If you never get to recover, you're not gonna get bigger. You're not gonna get stronger. You're not gonna run faster because every time you kind of recover, you're going right back and breaking it back down.
And which leads me to my next point: recovery. How important is recovery? Why should we recover? How should we recover? Are there any supplements people should take that you guys recommend? We're not saying that it's going to work exactly like it's working for you guys, but these are the things that you're taking to help you recover.
So I don't take nothing for recovery, but I'm big on icing. So pretty much every day we run, like I'm going to go home and slide I'll have an Amazon store at some point, but just the ice compression sleeves on my knees, my calves, ankles, feet, stuff like that, just to reduce inflammation in the joints. I do use the Normatec compression stuff, so that stuff just helps increase blood flow. That's a little more on the expensive end. So I wouldn't say you have to have that.
Hi, Normatec. If you're looking for somebody to sponsor,
right? But if you would like a gym that offers Normatec offerings to you, come holler at me as well.
At your guala.
You don't have to buy this expensive stuff.
Holla at your guala.
Hustle help. But anything that you could do, just being consistent with it and not giving it too much time and space in between. Like if you run that day, make some time, like 10 minutes, do something
to stretch,
Yes, stretch.
a cool down
Also,
jog, cool down jog. That
like even Kwame making us cool down in the Superdome was just like
yeah,
keep the routine, like you saying, the rhythm of this is
Yeah.
what we do every time. It don't matter if, and then y'all for respected people go chug your beer after, but we going to do the cool down. You know what I'm saying? Like
I too chugged.
I don't recall that.
I know I
recall
did it.
chugging a
Me.
beer.
Fuck that. I was
yeah,
drinking me.
Nah, if they would have been out there with the crown, I might have.
You might have indulged.
I
That's
might have-
crazy.
I might have caught y'all for
You
a
skipped
shot of
over the
crown.
beer.
I don't do no beer, dog. I'd have cut y'all for a little shot.
Kwame, recovery. How important is it? Like, what would you recommend for a first time runner? They sore after their first run. What would
After
you
first run, first race, or
anything like initial first 3 months of their
I mean, recovery starts really with warm up, right? Because if you don't warm up properly, you're gonna put a lot of strain on the body during the workout or during the race, and it's gonna make it harder to recover, right? Because not only are you in pain, now you might have tweaked something, right? So I remember Jeremy asked me about the strategy for his race a couple of days before the race, and he's like, "How should I approach it?" 90% of what I told him about was about before the race, not even about what's happening in the race. So the same thing is kind of true here. If you don't warm up properly, you're not going to be able to do a workout efficiently, right? Because now you're going from 0 to close to max effort. Your heart can't really take that. You need to obviously go up gradually. But after that, make sure you cool down. Once you catch your breath, once you feel like your body has cooled down a bit, you don't necessarily need to jump right into it immediately after a workout or immediately after the race. But yeah, 5-10 minutes after, within that time frame, get a half a mile, depending on how what your current fitness is. 400-meter easy, very easy jog, like baby jog, and make sure you stretch, right? And then not only stretch right after the workout, but throughout the day. I just kind of make it a part of your life to be stretching, just because again, a lot of people are doing something new, right? And while they might feel all right and be going through their day like everything is okay, the body's still responding to all of this new stuff that you're doing, and so kind of overcompensate for yourself like that.
Jody, recovery.
For me, recovery, I would say the main thing would just be hydrate. Hydrate. I do drink protein. I mean, I feel like I just worked out. I took my muscles down, so I like to help them rebuild. So I drink me a protein shake after, and then maybe eat something. Try to keep it as healthy as I can, because I ain't the best and the most healthy eater. You know what I mean? But maybe some fruits.
It's okay, dog. It's okay.
He said healthy eater.
That's crazy. Nah, so you all right, bro? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Vegan
spots. That's a good way to. Matter of fact, you right, bro. You right, son. Vegan.
Yeah,
I'm vegan, man. I'm vegan.
for sure.
Stretching and then and rest. That's pretty much what I would do.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, those are all good points. We pretty much covered, I think, what someone would need to do, especially if you're starting. Because I mean, I don't think I'm an expert at this yet. I'm an expert at me. I can tell you what works for me. And I'm pretty sure you guys can all attest to that. Outside of Kwame and Jeremy, that research every fucking thing and every word that they know about.
I was so aggressive.
I didn't have to be, but I think there's a benefit to it all, though. Understanding like your own body and what works for you and how you should recover. It all plays a part in it. Don't think we don't have any other lives outside of this. We do. It may not seem like it, but we actually do. So we dealing with the same exact things that you might do. You think you don't have time? Shit, we ain't got time. We just are lucky or blessed to have a little bit of time. We're trying to make time. Speaking of time, on Saturday, we are going to Slidell. Shout out to Run Session Club. Shout out to Snipe. We're gonna pull up on them and run with their gang. They've done a really good job. What I would say, in less than a month, gathering as many as I see someone that's 200 people out there in Slidell to run. I think that's pretty impressive. And kudos to them. So hopefully we can break bread with them and pick up the pace a little bit. Y'all ever been to Slidell? No? Yes.
The club?
To run? To run? No. Okay. No, me neither. I mean, I only. Yeah, for sure. Slidell has always been a good place for me in my past time. Shout out to the North Shore.
What do you mean by that?
Shout out to North Shore.
Yeah, shout out to the North Shore. I'm from Hammond, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't that far away. Get there real easy.
Look, not to cut you off.
Yeah, go ahead.
But he kind of talked about warming up. We were talking about recovery, and that race made me realize how important warming up really is. Like I know we talk about it, you know what I mean, like dynamic stretching and running that easy mile before, but that shit made a huge difference, bro. Because we were in that parking garage warming up, and I didn't say nothing, but I was like, God damn, like my hips tight, my knees and my ankles. I'm like, I was worried. I was like, man, this shit, I'm about to run a fucking terrible 5K. Then we went out, we ran that little warm-up mile, and I was feeling it the whole mile.
Dang.
I'm like, this shit's about to suck. But see, when we got to the lineup and took off, I was golden. Like, I mean, I was like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
It's like, it warmed me up, and I was ready to go.
Nah, I think the same thing. Me and Jeremy, although we warmed up in two separate places.
We got some things to talk about.
We got to work on that.
And y'all, so one, let me explain this. I don't even think y'all got the explanation behind this. I was there first. I was the first person at the event waiting on you. Out of everybody. I told y'all where I was, right? My dog Jeremy texted me. He said, he called me. He said, damn, I didn't pick up my bib and shit. I'm like, all right, well, it's here. But you got to come in because they was like needing your ID to get your bib and stuff like that. So, well, I'm going to try to park. Couldn't really figure that out. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to try to go get it for you. So I had to sweet talk the lady to get Jeremy's bib, pick up his parking pass, and bring it to Jeremy. Well, me tell him to meet me at the garage. He was on the other side. He had to come around. That's why I told y'all motherfucking ass. Now I'm really saying it, to meet me at garage 2 because I had to wait on Jeremy and we couldn't walk on the other side where y'all was. But no.
You said that in a text message?
I wasn't about to explain that. I'm trying to talk to Jeremy on the phone.
I was literally
and do everything at the same time. That's why I text y'all, meet me at garage 2. I didn't have enough time to be like.
But I didn't see that either.
I wasn't trying to see it. It's okay. I'm glad we're having a meeting about it now.
Well, like 2 weeks later.
But even back to what he said about warming up, it was like when I was walking through to trying to find Kwame for the shirt, somebody was like, "You ran before?" Like, yeah. Like, I'm about to.
Look, we were about to take off on a warm up.
Now I did look mad crazy because I'm walking around with no shirt on, man, sweaty already. Like, but it was like I really was looking for my shirt. Like I was like,
so who were we with?
That's my partner Robin. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Rob.
Yeah.
And Jayla was with us.
Yeah, but Jalen ran. So he was warming up with us. Did he stretch with us?
Yeah,
he was just kicking it with us. But then when we said we were about to do a warm up, he was like, "Oh nah." I
was like, "Hey, look, we about to warm up." He was like, "Oh, all right, cool." He's like, "I'm gonna come with y'all." I was like,
"Go, mom."
We about to go run a mile. He was like, "Wait, y'all about to run a mile and then y'all go and race?" And I was like, "Yeah, like we gotta warm up." He was like, he's like, I'll see y'all out there.
See, I used to think like I used to be stupid or ignorant to the fact. I'm like, man, I'm gonna waste my steps.
Me too.
That's what I would like, man. I'm gonna just burn myself out there. Right. And you would see people before a race, like running and sweating. I'm like, these motherfuckers crazy. Right. Now I'm the crazy motherfucker now.
Full transparency, I ain't gonna lie. White people. And I'm like, them white folks is tripping. Like, it ain't even that serious.
Bro, we was running in the rain, bro. Like warming up in the rain.
Like,
I'm about to say, at the point that we running in the rain, we already crossed the line. But even, my bad to cut you off, but when Kwame was talking about strategy for race, like the best thing he told me was mental mile, where you just checking in on your phone. And like even me, I think now, just like through your running, when you racing, like don't always think like I gotta go faster. Just check in with your body, dog. Like little stuff can make a huge difference.
You said your second mile was your best mile, right?
And you told me that was the mental mile.
Right. That's one. Yeah, that's one where it's like you're probably tired a little bit from the first mile. Your form's probably falling off a little bit. You don't have the pull yet of like the light at the end of the tunnel, so you really got to work on that mile. So that's good.
So yeah, but just like the I think what I was trying to get at was just like just create an acronym for yourself, like to check in with everything, like posture, feet, arms,
Breath.
breathing, cadence, like whatever the acronym gonna be. But it's like just checking in with that little stuff is like you don't have to put it in that order, but it's like but your things though, because everything is not a thing for you.
Right,
like some people, cadence is not even a thing. Like I'm always at that cadence, but I know I could pick my knees up higher. I know I could stand taller. And just checking in with those little things, because I think what I was reading, it was just like the chick said her last mile, she did like an ultra. So she's dead tired at that.
Oh, yes.
And all she could do was check in with form.
Right.
And she said she just started passing people. Just because, and you don't give off this weak, like posture is very important just in life. Like if you walk, if you slump down, it's like, oh, you tired.
FPBC.
Whereas like if we in the last mile of the race and you still got perfect form, it kind of like other people looking at you like, how you,
right.
Like where you getting this energy from, and then you like you can mentally get through those little portions. So that's just my little tip.
FPBC. Form, posture, breathing, cadence.
Nice.
The acronym.
Nice.
I know people thought I was crazy. I was smiling, passing people up.
Yeah. I was probably about like with less than 800 meters left. I was probably over 200 meters behind Kenneth.
Oh, you came and caught him? Had the dog in you?
Dog.
That's like Buddy that was running with us Sundays. We have Sofa Sundays by the lake at the lake house at 7 a.m. If you'd like to join us, please pull up.
Good time, you said 7 a.m.
7 a.m.
Good man.
7 a.m.
Nah, 7 a.m. is solid.
Yeah,
We'll be there
for sure.
by 7.
Yeah, we like to get there for 6:45, but
7 is safe.
Yeah.
7 is safe.
7 is safe. I think his name was Andrew.
Aaron.
Aaron.
Shout
When
out
he told
Aaron.
us in that last mile, he was something
About that dog. That's where you get that dog.
So you got that dog. Y'all took off, and then I took off. He couldn't take off anymore. But shout out to that boy though.
He's like, I wanted to. He's like, nah.
I started barking.
I said, you don't know them. That's why you talking.
You don't know,
that.
baby
You
D.
don't know them. You don't know them. Like that's why you talking.
I really can't wait for us to go to another run club like out of state. When I went to the one Walk Good last week, it was a fire experience, bro. Like
That was the one in California, right?
it was in California. It was in
LA.
On Pico, huh?
Pico,
Yeah.
That was gonna pull up.
Yeah, right. Yeah, pull up.
I was like, wait, for real?
Oh, that's how in LA. I'm like,
Yeah,
this must be
yeah.
a street I ain't been privy to. You know what I'm saying?
It was dope. They have a whole so the Walk Good, I guess, studio, or I think they call it the Walk Good Yard. It's like this 3-story building that has like on one floor like check-in and juices and stuff like that. Yoga mat, and then they had this yoga studio kind of set up where we did the warm-up. The vibes in there were fire. And then the run, we were running on the street, which was kind of concerning to me. But we were just running through the city, but we would stop, and it would be like almost like an interval workout. Yeah. But it felt cool. Like I really liked the way that they did it, and I was really looking forward to us going to different run clubs.
How did you finish in the pack? Because I saw you were running like 6:42.
So the only reason that we were really at that pace is because we were doing it in an interval style. Mm-hmm. To me, like I don't think they could have held 6:42 the whole
3 miles.
Straight.
3.12.
But like, so the first mile or the first set of like the first interval before we stopped, we were going at like 8-minute pace because they had the walkers, they had the sexy group they called it, who were just kind of like out here strutting kind of. I don't know.
Describe this sexy group for us.
You said don't
You
brush
didn't
past
say that in
my
a text
nigga.
message.
Yeah,
Why you just skip over that part?
That's why it was. That's why the vibes. That's what the vibes was.
Yeah, they was sexy. But
dude,
cut that part. All right, so
Then
they had the Olympic group. That's what they called the faster group. And so the walkers took off. They started, and then the sexy group took off. And then the goal of the Olympic group is ultimately to catch everybody by the end. And so the first break, cool. I was running with the front pack, but we was kind of chilling. The second wave of that, dude was like, he went 5:57. Yeah.
What
He
y'all
was
running
pushing.
mile at a time?
Not exactly, but like
somewhere around.
I think the phase where he did a 5:57, it was about a mile.
Yeah, that's a push, boy.
So I felt
Really pushing right now. Like,
was it just one guy, or was like
it was probably about 3 people that were kind of like working that front group, and they kind of would alternate. But I was just like, I guess I'll run with the leader. I guess, and when it changed, I guess I'll run with this leader. But yeah, it was a good experience, man. But like what I was really encouraged by is that like I think that for a running group in LA, I think we can all kind of run with the front group. I just feel like we're going to be able to run with the front groups really wherever we go. And so that I think that's going to be good for us.
Elijah, I know you got a question.
Just sorry. Go.
It's okay.
The way you said my name, pause. But
I said what?
You said Elijah. You said
I know,
Elijah.
But why'd you say the way you said my name?
I thought you were like Elijah. You had a question. I didn't follow.
Elijah, I know you have a question. Give me a second.
Yes, sir.
But what I think is really important about like run groups in general, right, is the almost packs, right? It's almost you have your elite runners or people that run super frequently. You have like almost your mid tier where people can be people that just started out running or probably been running for a few years, is trying to gain their steps, and you have walkers. And I think that mix is almost perfect because everybody can find somewhere where they, pause fit in this equation of a run group. And I think that's super enlightening to see that it's actually happened. It can only happen here, but in LA, maybe it looks like this in Dallas where Jody went. I'm pretty sure it looked like similar.
Yeah, so it was they had a name for this too. What did they call
the sexy group? So there's sexy
not.
groups everywhere?
No.
Oh my God.
I think it was the cruisers were walkers, then it was like the movers, which were that mid group, and then the flyers were
that's nice.
So yeah, so it's
cruisers, movers, flyers.
And you was a flyer, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Okay.
All right.
Like a dog.
So they do it a little.
Hold on, what you say now, Chuck?
Hey, bro, you know what I'm saying?
Put the glasses back on.
Sub 20 gang.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You finished what, Chuck?
First, man.
Oh, okay, all right.
Something slight.
I had to go out there and show them. But they actually did it a little different. It wasn't just like an all-out 3 miles or all-out 4 miles. They do 20 minutes out and then 20 minutes back. So they'll run for 40 minutes, and just however far you get, in your 20 minutes. Yeah, that's how far you run.
That's fine.
And I don't remember what I ran. I think it was like a little over 4 miles, but I finished at the front of the pack. Like, you know what I mean? And it was like I said, people ran 20 minutes, but their 20 minutes wasn't my 20 minutes, but I still came back and caught them. You know what I mean? It's training, brother. It works.
It's here, man. It's crazy. And it's just funny to me, man. It's just you start thinking about run groups and like how we, could, fit in certain run groups. I think that's super important. How we all could, benefit from that. But Elijah, you had a question.
Yeah. To piggyback off here, you said it a while ago, but Coach K, you mentioned something about like carbing up the night before a race, but you're not supposed to technically do that. And I feel like a lot of people don't know that because I didn't know that. You're supposed to fuel up 2 days before the race and then eat something light the day before. I just wanted you to speak on that because a lot of people, I'm sure, don't really know.
Yeah, so in high school we would have team dinners. So one of the parents would be responsible for cooking for everybody on the team. So we'd all go to that parent's house. But it would always be 2 days, 2 nights before a race. So we typically race on Saturday, so it'd always be on Thursday. And the main reason that you want the 2 nights before is because the day before is really important. Not people think, okay, I got to eat right the day before because the day before is the most important. It is, but what you do the day before affects the day before. And so, load up carb load, however you want to do that on Thursday night, eat clean as much as possible on Thursday night. And then Friday, all of that is, being stored and utilized and prepared for the race. Friday, you really want Friday to be kind of like a stress-free day, right? A lot of people will kind of psych themselves out the night before a race because they're thinking about, I got to make sure I'm doing this right. You try to take care of all that on Thursday so you can just chill on Friday. Another reason why you don't want to eat a big meal on Friday is because you don't want to be heavy the next morning. You want to feel light. You have energy, right? Your body's average person got about 100 100,000 calories stored in their body. You're not going to run out of energy, because you didn't eat a big meal the night before. And so as much as you possibly can on a Friday, just kind of like do whatever. Don't stress. Sometimes you might stay up till 1 a.m. the night before race for different reasons. Don't let that bother you because you've already done that work Thursday. But yeah, it is a mistake to eat a big meal the night before. You'll feel heavy in the morning.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of big meal, please take a pre-race poop.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah. Oh,
yes, indeed.
I was gonna say another thing. You want to wake up at least 2 hours before
So you
the
can take
race.
that poop.
That's part. Yeah, I mean that gives you enough time to do that. But your body isn't fully awake until about after 2 or so hours when you wake up. And so a lot of people sometimes, especially when races are early, will like sleep as long as they possibly can that morning, and then having only been awake for about an hour, go out and try to race. But you're not going to get all of your body in that race. You need to make sure you wake up at least 2 hours before, because the race was at 7:30. Yeah.
See,
I got up at 5. I had my long set at 5. 5:30, 1 or 2.
it's important, man. All of these gems we dropping, man, it's super important. If you want to write it down, write it down. If you want to rewatch this, rewatch it. Tell your mom about it. I mean, I'm pretty sure she gained something from this too. Yeah, tell a friend to tell a friend.
So we doing the bridge run or what?
I'm with it.
Y'all go.
I'm with it. Just I know we have to hit a certain number because it qualifies us for Crescent.
All right.
That's the only reason
It's a race qualifier.
I'm like,
What is that number?
It's just gonna be average, right?
Yeah. So,
How many races are they pulling?
Crescent City. You talking about the 10K that's in the spring?
they accumulate all your race times together, and you qualify for like wave 1, wave 2. So I'm trying to stay in the front pack. So that's why I'm like,
Do you know what pace you have to hit for that?
for the Ting Crescent City,
To be in the wave 1?
that I don't know, but I just don't want to do like a 22 or 23 or whatever, and it affect the sub 20 that I did. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like,
shout out Strava.
yeah,
Well,
I mean, we could, or
because I want to have a fun run.
We have the 5K, the Crescent City Fall Classic.
that's what I thought this bridge run was.
It is not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I thought it was in November. Why is it?
I think it's.
Why so
I think the
early?
fall one is in November. So
It is. No,
okay.
you're right. But I'm saying, like, when I was looking at races, I was like, I feel like this was going to be in November, not September.
And people looking to sponsor. So I'm just like, hey, I don't know. I don't know how we gonna
we calling
do.
it that now?
Yeah. And, if I gotta pay a little less, that seems like a
Facts.
sponsorship to me. Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
man, I got to tell y'all a story after.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
after
Oh,
this.
God.
Are we doing a Halloween run?
Yeah.
That's our
Halloween.
next race for real.
So that's all right. So that's what I was about to ask. So that's our next race. Are we racing the fall?
Oh, we gotta do that one for sure.
Racing it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Like I said,
Yeah, at that point, we'll have
Some base.
3 months of base.
We have a base.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So
Hey, also, y'all, if y'all want to pull up, man, y'all pull up to these races too. I mean,
Please.
if we ever got a code, I'm throwing oops. Throwing oops, man. Real good pack.
man.
Yeah.
doing team dinner next week on Wednesday.
Oh, we are we racing?
Team dinner.
We running?
a workout, but just like I think generally we should build really the brand from race to race,
Okay.
right? And everything that we do that incorporates the community.
I'm gonna come cheer for y'all with the singlet on. And then
People
I'm,
asking for singlets too. They're like, "Hey, bro, I need one."
and then I'm
I
gonna
want
run.
one.
I'm gonna run to meet y'all at the.
You gotta
Might as
get
well drop them.
jumped in to get a single. Get jumped in.
Sole Brothas
SBG.
That's easy. For sure.
gang now.
Anything else before we end it?
I did a sub 20, but unofficially. Just got that on record. I got the facts. I can show you.
Driving online.
But Strava don't lie.
Strava.
That's been the first episode. That is the conclusion of the first episode of the Sole Brothas Podcast. We appreciate you rocking with us. If you got to this point, shout out to you. You a real one. Get you some medals, pull up with us. Again, the purpose of this is to explore and document our running journeys with purpose, passion, and positivity, elevate our minds, bodies, and souls. Y'all supposed to say that with me. It's okay.
We gotta practice. We're gonna practice.
We're gonna practice. It's the first one. Man, y'all be cool, man. Appreciate y'all rocking with us. Peace.
Peace.